It will impact the human environment because we have citizens, we have population, we have taxpayers, and perhaps some of these other sites are land and docks and are just looking at the ecology and of the natural environment. But here at Mayport, we have very much the human environment to be taken into consideration. And I wonder if there is a higher scrutiny or other kinds of things in terms of design, scale, all the sorts of things that impact small communities when such a large use comes in.
I think we're off the channel deepening, and now you're talking about the cruise terminal. Is that right? Yes, that is the primary concern. The primary concern about a cruise terminal is how do we affect the community? How does it affect the community? And there will be considerable scrutiny there. That's why once we have, as I call it, a plan that works, that is feasible, that is financially feasible, it's not a decision yet. At that point, we come back and we engage the community. And it's at that point that we want to make sure that what we do is responsive to and is considerate of the human situation around it, as you put it. Yes, ma'am.
What you just said to me sounds a little bit like putting a cart before the horse. I would think you'd look at that first before you go through all your research to find out, is this something good for the community? That would be the first question. And then move forward rather than spending all the money and time and effort on all these other projects. And then going, okay, now, how do we affect the community? And we're not just talking about Newport and the people here. We're talking about the entire area.
The thing, if I could just jump in for you, the thing that I found out from living at the Port Authority the last 3 years, because I'm a fairly a new person over there, is that the way a business decision is made, Rick and his executives do have to look at the business questions, specifically the money question, because if they, and your considerations out here, believe me, have had an impact on the conversations that we've been having at the port. We've heard everybody about a waterfront parking garage. That's, something that we heard loud and clear. We heard about your concern about air emissions, and we had gotten to the point where the conversation was about requiring the ships to burn cleaner when they were in town, to go as far as talking about shore power and being shore power ready. But the business consideration that Rick has on his shoulders is one of the first things to be talked about, because we can't come back to you with ideas if we don't know what we can afford. If Rick doesn't know what the cruise business would accept as far as configuration, we can't come back and say yes to a community, whatever community it is, and say we can build a really, really small terminal if the cruise industry doesn't believe that suits their needs. It's almost like a holistic thing that has to happen. All of these decisions play into each other, but to come back to you, if we come back out here with a realistic vision, when I sit in the meetings that Rick and his executives have, you want them to know what they have in mind before they come out to you and ask for your input. If we came to you and said, what's your input? Then the situation that they would design, they might have to come back to you and say, well, that won't work either. I don't need to confuse you more, but did I state what goes on in these conversations well enough?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'd like to address the commercial fishing part of this whole thing. My name's David King. I've been in this town for 65 years. And Sandra knows, and a couple others knows. But that's what this city is, commercial fishing. It's always been that way. And I would like to see it continue that way, some way, shape, or form. Now we got one commercial dock in this town which belongs to Gerald Peck. Everybody knows that. It's no secret. Gerald's my age. He's 65. Somewhere down the line, Gerald would like to retire. Now I see Gerald every day of my life. I sit in his office, shoot the breeze. How you feeling? Gerald has some medical problems he's going through right now. He's really looking somewhere down the line here to say, look, I need to exit this. I need to get out. But I don't know how to leave these people. Because these people are his life. This is where he's from. He built that business from nothing. And he's maintaining it as bad as the seafood business is, and it's absolutely terrible. The federal government is taking away everything we have in the commercial fishing business. Every time we turn around, it's a manatee, it's a turtle, it's a whale, it's something. And the business keeps going under and under and under. And Gerald's hanging in there the best he can to maintain this thing for these people. But somewhere down the line, Gerald's going to have to sell it. He's going to have to say, I've got to get out of here. I can't do it no more. He's made it very clear to me on different occasions. I want to be out by the time I'm 70. And he's 65 now. That's 5 years down the road. What happens to these people? Where do they go? What do they do? Where do they locate? They live here. They've lived here their whole lives. They don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. There is not one commercial fisherman in this room. Not one. You know why there's not? Because I go on that dock every day, and I'm very passionate about this. And every time I come to one of these meetings, I bring this part of it up. They say, nobody gives a damn. That's what they say. Nobody cares. I'm on Gerald Peck's dock every day, and I know every one of these fishermen in this town. I was born and raised with them. And I say, Doug, what are you going to do? Charlie, what are you going to do? I don't know. When it's gone, it's gone. Where are you going to locate? I don't know. If Gerald leaves here. Is there some way in the future that maybe if Jacksport does decide to build a cruise ship terminal here, that there could be something done for these people? Because, buddy, when that fishing business is gone, Mayport's gone. That's it. Its heritage is gone. Everything is gone when it's over with. Sandra's got pictures. I have pictures. Claudia has pictures. We all have pictures of this town. I have a waterfront picture of this town. It was taken in 1944, I believe it was. And it was just a bustling waterfront. But all the rules, the regulations, the environmental people has drug it down to nothing. But there are a few that would like to hang on the best they can. But without Gerald, there's no hope. None. Absolutely zero. So what do they do? Where do they go? What happens to them? Now, I know Brunswick built a city dock, moved all the commercial people out of downtown to the north side of town, and they said, here, we're going to build this for you. Go there. Sell your wares. Do whatever you want to out there. If Jacksport could do that some way, shape, or form, if you do build a cruise ship terminal here, and I say if, you have to do something for these people. That is the number one priority. The rest of this crap y'all talking about is nothing without them shrimpers, those mullet fishermen, crabbers, the whole 10 yards, which makes this community what it is and has been forever. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I was looking at more of the economic impact to Jacksport, but before I get to that, I attended a CPAC meeting a month ago where Councilman Polk, District